Good morning, my Ape are back. Here's the plan. Make a video about house building. Unlike yesterday, where, sorry about that, but was feeling pretty lousy, couldn't summon the energy to do it. Back today. Almost back to normal, not quite. That's why my face has been slightly adjusted. I don't think you should be subjected to how it actually looks at the moment. This was suggested by Bob and Manolin in Canada. Morning, guys. We'll try and catch up with yesterday and see what's going on today. What could possibly go wrong? We'll start with the roof this morning. There was a question about the colour of this. I believe it is flashing, or where there is a gutter, then the guttering. What was the colour? Somebody said. It is very descriptively defined on the brochure as brown. Actually, it's kind of a chocolate brown. I know it doesn't come out too well on the video, but it is a chocolate coloured brown, and honestly it looks good. I do have news for you about when this roof will be finished, but I'm going to keep you waiting just a little bit. Here's something new. A couple of days ago, the builder bought us about 6 different samples of tiles to be used here inside the sunken seating area. This is the one we chose. We felt like it matched the other surfaces probably the closest. It's going to be used in fairly limited amounts. There was a suggestion that the builder said he could put it on the vertical parts of the steps, but it would have meant cutting it into very small pieces to try and match the curve. So we're not going to do that. That's going to be back to the pebble dash. So this will probably only be around this inside wall, and I can't remember whether we're going to do it on the floor as well. We'll see. I think either way it would be fine with the tile or with the pebble dash on that floor. I think both would look good. So we'll just watch how this goes over the next couple of days. I'll give you a slightly closer look at one of the tiles. Keep your dizzy pills close. That's what they look like. Hopefully that comes out. So it's predominantly a kind of a sky blue colour, quite a bit of silver grey in there as well. Here's a question. The door frame for this door has arrived. Which way should it open? So the way it's set up, the hinge will be on the right side of the door, and it will open inwards from the left. I was puzzling about that because as a right-hander, and most of our family are right-handers, I wondered if that felt right. But then I thought, okay, if you're walking in here and you're carrying, let's say, a bag of shopping, if you're right-handed, more often than not, you'll probably be carrying that shopping with your right hand. So having the door handle on the left and pushing in probably does make sense. What do you think? And this has been done. We now have a slab here at the entrance. So there will be a step up that starts just outside that front door entrance. Still trying to figure out whether there will be a step here as well, or whether that will be backfilled. We'll find out in due course. Federico, the other Federico, working on getting these windows framed in. So there was more work done on this yesterday, and getting ready to basically put the tops of the window in place. And as we said before, the height will match those windows on the left wall as well, and everywhere else around the ground floor. In the last video I said these windows, the widths of these windows will match the height of the windows above on the master bedroom, which they do. My one concern is whether the fact that we've got two different size windows here looks a little odd. I don't think we'll notice. Here at the gym, Ronwell's working on finishing off this area for the window. All the rest of the plastering stroke rendering, inside and out, is done. Here for the jacuzzi, we have a rebar frame in place inside. My word, it is enormous. How long is this going to take to fill up with water? Be forever. Apparently there will be a 40 centimetre rise up to basically the bench, and then there'll be another 40 centimetre rise to support the back at the top. I think that should be plenty. Original Rico, continuing with plastering inside this bathroom for the gym and spa. Getting close to being finished. This is the door frame for the front door. 3 meters high. It's giant. And while we're here in the home theatre, door frame going in here. Still a lot of work needs to be done on design of basically building this room, the structure of this room. We still don't have a full plan for that. In the last video, I asked you whether 10 centimeters of insulation was enough. 2 of you were kind enough to very politely point out what a dummy I was. It's 10 millimeters, not 10 centimeters. It does seem to be standard here. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with it, but I think hopefully if the builder's right, it'll be enough. The ceiling itself should offer some help. The gap between those two things should offer some help. Time will tell. Good morning.
Today, sir.
Good morning, Jesse. More Ethernet.
Ground floor.
More Ethernet cable going in and more wiring going in, including neutral.
Sir, good morning.
Good morning.
Very good.
Quite a lot of finishing going on doors and window areas around the house this morning. There's 2 or 3 different ones being done right now. What can possibly go wrong? As usual, it turns out it's the dummy with the camera. Who knew? But when you go off and do a bit of gardening, I was trying to turn the compost. Spent an hour and a bit doing that around lunchtime. Knocked me for 6. So I'm calling it a day here, which is massively frustrating because there's a lot going on. Here at the pool, we're getting these tiles put in. There's something else I'm going to show you in just a second, but before I do, I just wanted to quickly mention we have in the last 48 hours gone over 1,000 subscribers, which is amazing. And I wanted to thank everybody who has watched, liked, subscribed, shared, whatever else you do with these things. Thank you so much to everybody for getting us to that point. I said before, I'm not planning to monetize it by putting adverts on just at the moment, so you're not going to see that anytime soon, but a massive thank you to absolutely everybody. The other thing that's kind of really frustrating is we have 2 guys up there applying something to the walls, and those walls have not had neutralizer put on them. We'll get into that on Monday. It does seem like you don't always have to use neutralizer, but there seem to be some quite specific conditions, or one in particular that needs to be met, in which you don't need to add a neutralizer. I have made my feelings quite clear to the builder and the engineer that I'm not comfortable with this, but we will come back to it and get into it on Monday. I'm not sure when this video is going to go out. I'm going to go and recuperate for a bit longer. It may be that this doesn't go out till Sunday, so once again, apologies for the delay. Apologies to everybody who commented on the last video and I haven't responded yet. I will. Just give me a little bit longer. But we are about an hour away from the end of the day here. So we'll catch up. We'll catch up with everything that's been going on. when we do the next video on Monday. See you then.